Hey guys, welcome back to my 2 cents, and I am Doreen. Today I want to talk about something that has been a bane in my existence since the beginning of time: anxiety. I'll be talking about anxiety and my self-care. Yeah. So I first of all want to define anxiety because there are certain misconceptions about it. Anxiety is more than just being nervous. It's actually our body's natural response to stress. And it's actually normal for human beings to feel anxiety or nervousness. But according to Healthline, when your feelings of anxiety goes above 6 months, you might have an anxiety disorder. And anxiety disorders are, different actually. They may include panic attacks, phobias, social anxiety disorders, and obsessive compulsive disorders also. That is also according to healthcare. So it's actually really normal if you're moving to a new place, starting a new job, or even getting married, obviously. But then most anxiety motivates us to be better. Some actually interfere with our lives, and the ones that interfere with our lives are the ones that are referred to as the anxiety disorder. So I basically have social anxiety disorder. Yeah. Well, I actually took notice of that when I started college. I remember I thought I was just being nervous about starting college, but then as time went on, I felt really sad, really heavy to go out, and I was just plain, my bones ached. So I almost didn't go to college. I almost didn't want to go. I didn't want to go because I felt like I wasn't ready. That was a social setting. College is a social setting, and I basically was not ready for that. I was to meet new people and new ideas and all that. So, but how was I to tell my parents that? Can you imagine? I'm the first daughter, and I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm not ready yet. Can you imagine? But anyway, I knew that I was to go. Anyway, I had to do it, and I had to actually train myself to work in that social setting. So what I did was I did research. Basically, I thought it was just nerves at some point because my bones ached and all. I couldn't walk properly, so I thought it was nerves. So what I did was I YouTube videos and audios on nerves, songs. Actually, I listened to white noise at some point. It was just plain static. My people around me thought I was nuts, but I actually liked it. But that didn't work. It wasn't loud enough from my earphones. And so I did Australian throat songs, Tibetan throat songs also. I would listen to them all day. But that was during the day. I couldn't sleep at night. So I remember one night I wanted to study, and I just remembered a movie that I once watched when I was a kid. It was Babe, Pig in the City, and there was this calming opera music. I remember it so vividly, but I didn't know the song, so I just hummed the tune to a couple of my friends in the choir, and he sent it to me. It's a French song, and it helped me sleep. Everyone at home knew that I was listening to that song because when my parents would check up on me at night, they would hear it playing in my room. So everyone knew that that was my lullaby, and it helped me for a long time. But honestly, it still wasn't enough. I think there was something actually wrong with me. Maybe I couldn't accept the fact that this was this. I didn't know. So I have a friend who I would talk to about stuff like this. And so one night I was sitting with him. We were just each with his own and her own thoughts, and he just looked at me one night and he said, he said I had to forgive myself for things that I had done or wasn't able to do. Because when I'm in a social setting, I always feel like people are looking at me, talking about me. I always feel like maybe I'm not dressed appropriately. Maybe I would say something that's inappropriate, might sound appropriate to me, but inappropriate to them, which might cause some awkward silences. So I'm always to myself. And that's a misconception really about me, because people think I'm proud, or people think I don't talk much, or people think I just ignore them. Even my college mates think that. And I'm like, oh, you wouldn't understand. And I'm not always in the mood to explain to people about that. So I just let them be. So that night, Reginald was like, you have to forgive yourself for things that you can't control, and for things that people have done to you, or things that you have done to people, and move on. Identify that you did wrong, they did wrong, and move on. That was really hard. I had to identify my flaws. I had to look at myself and say, this is what you're doing wrong. So by the end of the day, I actually did it. I tried, which is good for me. And it went well. But then I really wanted to be much better, because my anxiety was still affecting me, my photography, my writing, and I needed to go out. My mom said I should enjoy my college life. So I needed to enjoy it, really. So that's when I decided to go retro. I needed something to really calm my nerves every time. So I started listening to Elton John, Elvis Presley, Johnny Buffan. He sang Banana Boats. And I also started looking at watching old movies. I actually watch movies made in the 90s more. I watch old movies that I used to watch as a kid, because they take me back to a better time, and it gives me hope that if I once had good times like that, when I wasn't anxious about stuff, there will be a time that I will also not be anxious about stuff anymore. So yeah. And I also listen to classical music, basically when I want to be creative. Mozart, Beethoven, and Tchaikovsky. Not all of them. Not all the classicals, but then I have a few of them on my phone, which help me calm my nerves. So I would like you to actually sit down and identify how your anxiety affects you. Is it by the way you walk, the way you talk, and how it affects your normal day life, your relationships with girlfriend or boyfriend, your family life, your social circle? I would like you to sit down and think about it, and hit me up in the comment section or on Instagram. The link is below. And I also like you to tell me the steps that you take when it comes to self-care with the anxiety, the steps that you take when it comes to being better around people. What have you done? And I hope my video has actually brought me closer to you, because that's what I really want. Thank you so much for watching. This is my 2 cents. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the link. Ta-ta.